Today, we're diving deep, into the world of the creator economy.
Oh, fun.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
We're going to unpack some key insights from 12 laws for fearless dominance in the creator economy, which seems like it's all about helping creators make a real impact in the digital world.
That's right. It is a very noisy world out there right now.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of people trying to make it as creators these days.
It's more than just like making videos or posting on social media, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about, like finding your voice and building a community around your passions.
Yeah.
Which is no easy feat.
Oh, it's not.
No.
So many people out there trying to do it. It's going to be tough to stand out.
It is. It is. But this document has some really interesting ideas on how to do just that.
Yeah.
Like it talks about embracing vulnerability and developing what it calls a warrior mindset, which
sounds pretty intense.
Sounds pretty intense.
Yeah.
When you think about it. It all starts with authenticity.
Okay.
Like how everyone's always trying to project this perfect image online.
Right.
Well, this guide argues that being genuine, even with your flaws, is actually what makes you magnetic.
I think that's true. Like, think about the creators you really connect with.
Yeah.
They're not afraid to be real, right? Mm-hmm. They show their struggles, their quirks, the things that make them human.
Exactly. That's what builds trust.
Yeah.
And makes people feel like they can relate to you in a world full of perfectly curated content.
Right.
That realness.
It's refreshing.
Is so refreshing.
Yeah.
It really is.
So how do you actually become more authentic online?
Oh, that's the question, isn't it?
It is, because it's easy to say, be yourself.
Right.
But how do you actually do that when there's so much pressure to conform?
This document suggests finding your unique voice and expressing it consistently.
Okay.
So it's about being brave enough to be different, even if it means going against the grain.
So that's interesting because it kind of goes against that whole follow the algorithm mentality. Like you have to do these very specific things to get views and followers.
Yeah.
But this guide is saying, forget that. Focus on what makes you you.
And the world needs that.
Yeah.
Think of it this way. Would you rather listen to a podcast where the hosts sound like everyone else?
Right.
Or one where they bring their own unique flavor and perspective?
Definitely the one that's unique.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
authenticity is key.
Authenticity is key.
But then this document takes it a step further.
Yes.
With this idea of harnessing the power of vulnerability.
Ooh, interesting.
That seems kind of counterintuitive, right?
It does.
Like, wouldn't you want to hide your vulnerabilities, especially online?
You would think so. But the document argues that vulnerability can actually be your secret weapon.
Okay.
When you're open about your struggles and fears, you create a space for your audience to do the same.
It's almost like saying, hey, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah. And when people see that, it makes them feel like they can be themselves too.
Exactly. It's about fostering genuine connection.
Right.
Which is so much more powerful than just trying to project an image of perfection. Mm-hmm. And it ties into this whole idea of being a warrior.
Oh, okay.
Not in a physical sense, but mentally.
What does it mean to have a warrior mindset as a creator?
That's a great question.
Does that mean you have to be super competitive and aggressive?
No, not at all. It's more about developing inner strength and resilience.
Oh, okay.
The document emphasizes mindfulness and meditation as tools to cultivate this mindset.
So it's about having the mental fortitude to handle the inevitable challenges that come with being a creator.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, putting yourself out there can be pretty scary sometimes.
It can be terrifying, but it's also incredibly rewarding.
Yeah.
So
we've got authenticity, vulnerability, and a warrior mindset.
We do.
Those seem like the foundation for everything else.
What's the next step on this journey to creator domination?
Well, the document then jumps into the importance of storytelling.
Okay.
Which is law number 4.
Storytelling. I can see how that's important for like movies and books.
Sure.
But what about other types of content like social media posts or even music?
It's about finding ways to connect with your audience on an emotional level, no matter what kind of content you're creating.
Okay.
This guide breaks down the key elements of a good story. Your why, your character, a plot, tension, emotions, and a call to action.
So it's not just about throwing up a random video or post.
Yeah.
There's actual thought and strategy behind it.
There is.
It's almost like you're creating a mini movie in every piece of content.
Right. You need to figure out what you want your audience to feel and what you want them to do after experiencing your story.
Okay.
It's about making your content memorable and impactful.
I like that. So it's not just about entertainment. It's about making people think, feel, and maybe even take action. Okay, I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together.
And speaking of fitting pieces together, this ties into law number 5, the power of presence.
What does presence mean in this context?
It's about how you show up online, your energy, your personality, and how you interact with your audience. It's about being authentic, engaging, consistent, and giving back to your community.
So it's not just about posting content. It's about building a community around that content.
It is.
It's about interacting with people, responding to comments, showing that you actually care about the people who are following you.
Exactly. And that all circles back to authenticity. You know, people can tell when you're being genuine.
Yeah.
And they appreciate it.
Yeah, they do.
They're more likely to stick around and become part of your community if they feel like you're being real with them.
Okay, I'm getting this. So far, we've got authenticity,
Yep.
vulnerability, the warrior mindset, storytelling, and presence.
That's right.
Is there anything else we need to know to dominate the creator economy?
Well, there's one more thing for this part of the deep dive.
Okay.
Embracing your inner maverick.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing.
Doesn't it?
What does it mean to be a maverick in the creator economy?
The document uses this great analogy of a bright red chair in a gray room
Okay.
to illustrate the power of being different.
I love that. So it's about standing out,
Yes.
being bold, and not being afraid to break the mold.
Exactly.
It's about embracing what makes you unique, even if it's a little unconventional.
Yes. Think of creators like Lady Gaga,
Okay.
who challenged societal norms with her daring fashion choices and performances.
Yeah.
She didn't try to fit in. She embraced what made her different.
And that's what made her a superstar. So it's not about following the crowd.
No,
It's about blazing your own trail.
exactly.
And you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense, especially in the creator economy, where
Yeah.
everyone's trying to get noticed. If you blend in, you're just going to get lost in the noise.
You will. And that's where we'll pause for now.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground already. Authenticity, vulnerability, the warrior mindset, storytelling, presence, and embracing your inner maverick.
Oh, that's a lot to think about.
It is.
But I'm already starting to see how these concepts all work together to create a powerful framework for success in the creator economy.
Yeah.
It's about more than just creating content. It's about cultivating the right mindset
Yes.
and connecting with your audience in a genuine way.
I think that's a great place to stop for now.
Okay, sounds good.
It really is. It's about realizing that your unique perspective is your greatest asset.
Yeah.
But all this talk about being a warrior and a maverick,
Yeah.
it makes you wonder about the mental toll this all takes, you know? Like, how do you stay grounded amidst all the pressure and noise of the creator economy?
That's such a good point. And I think that leads us perfectly into law number 7,
Okay.
which is all about minding your thoughts.
Right. This section talks about how important your mindset is for navigating the ups and downs of the creator journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in comparing yourself to others
Oh, totally.
or stressing about numbers.
Yeah, I feel like that's something a lot of creators struggle with.
Absolutely.
It's like you're constantly bombarded with metrics and everyone else seems to be killing it.
Right.
And it's easy to start doubting yourself.
It is. And that's why the guide emphasizes the power of positive thinking
Okay.
and visualization.
Okay.
It's about training your mind to focus on what you want to create rather than dwelling on fears and doubts.
So instead of thinking, I'll never be as successful as so-and-so,
Right.
you should be thinking, I'm going to create something amazing that my audience will love.
Yes. It's about shifting your focus from scarcity to abundance.
I like that.
And this document even delves into some pretty cool concepts, like the Zen idea of mushing,
Okay.
a state of no mind where you detach from those negative thought patterns.
Whoa, that sounds almost like a superpower.
It is.
Imagine being able to just quiet all those self-critical voices in your head.
Right.
And just create from a place of pure inspiration.
That would be amazing. It's
Yeah.
definitely something to aspire to. And it's not just some mystical concept.
Right.
The document offers practical tips like using positive affirmations.
Affirmations, like those little pep talks you give yourself.
Exactly. By repeating positive statements like, I am a creative genius, or my work is valuable. You're literally rewiring your brain for success.
I've heard about this before. It's like you're planting these positive seeds in your subconscious.
Yeah.
And over time, they start to grow and blossom into reality.
Precisely. And the document also talks about visualization.
Okay.
Vividly imagining yourself achieving your goals. It's like creating a mental blueprint for success.
And that's something that a lot of successful creators like Beyonce, Elon Musk, and Oprah talk about, right?
Yes.
They've all used visualization to help them achieve their dreams.
They have. It's a powerful tool. But let's be real, even with the most positive mindset,
Yeah.
setbacks are inevitable.
True. Like, no matter how well you plan or how hard you work, things don't always go according to plan.
They don't. And that's okay. It's all part of the journey.
Yeah.
The important thing is how you respond to those setbacks.
Do you let them crush you? Or do you use them as fuel to grow and learn?
That's the warrior mindset in action.
Okay.
And that brings us to law number 8,
Okay.
which is all about embracing your unique story.
It seems like everything is connected, right?
It is.
Like, you can't really be authentic or vulnerable without also embracing your story.
Right.
The good, the bad, and the messy.
Exactly. The guide emphasizes that everyone has a story to tell, and your story is what makes you relatable and unique.
Okay.
It's about owning your experiences, your triumphs, and your struggles.
I like how they mention musicians like Billie Eilish and Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah.
They've both built huge followings by sharing their stories through their music. And they don't shy away from the darker or more difficult parts of their lives.
They don't.
It's that raw honesty that connects with people.
It does. It makes them feel less alone,
Yeah.
less like they're the only ones going through those challenges.
So we're seeing this theme of authenticity emerge again.
Yeah.
But this time it's about going even deeper, embracing not just your story, but all those quirks and unique qualities that make you, well, you.
Exactly. And that's law number 9.
Okay.
The power of authenticity.
Okay.
The guide really challenges you to stop trying to fit in,
Right.
and start celebrating what makes you different.
Because those quirks, those things that make you stand out are actually your biggest assets.
They are.
They're what attract the right people to your community.
Yeah.
It's people who truly resonate with your vibe.
Think about it. Would you rather be a generic brand that blends into the background,
Right.
or a bold standout brand that people remember?
Definitely the standout brand.
Yeah.
But it takes courage to be that bold, to put yourself out there knowing that not everyone is going to get it.
It does.
Right.
But the rewards can be huge.
Yeah.
Think of Lady Gaga's meat dress, or Lil Nas X's genre-bending music.
Right.
Those bold choices got people talking and helped them break through the noise.
They embraced their inner mavericks and created something truly unique.
Yes, they did. And that's what this guide is encouraging you to do.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
saying, hey, you have something special to offer the world. Don't be afraid to share it.
I love that. It's so inspiring. But all this talk about being bold and authentic and putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
it makes me wonder about the potential downsides.
What do you mean?
Well, the pressure to constantly create the fear of judgment, the comparison, all of that can take a toll on your mental health, right?
Sure.
And I think that's something that's often overlooked in all the excitement of the creator economy.
That is a crucial point, and I'm glad you brought it up. This guide thankfully doesn't shy away from that. In fact, law number 10 is all about prioritizing your mental health.
It's like a reality check, right?
Yes.
It's saying, hey, it's great to be ambitious and chase your dreams.
Yeah.
But don't forget to take care of yourself in the process.
Exactly. This section reminds us that your well-being is your most valuable asset,
Right.
even more important than likes, followers, or financial success.
So how do you actually prioritize your mental health in the midst of all the hustle and bustle of the creator economy?
The document offers some really practical advice.
Okay.
It starts with identifying your stress triggers.
Okay.
What are the things that tend to send your anxiety levels soaring?
Yeah.
Once you know what they are, you can start to develop strategies for managing them.
So, like, if I know that checking my stats first thing in the morning always puts me in a bad mood, maybe I need to change my routine and do something else that makes me feel good first.
Yeah, exactly. And the guide also once again emphasizes mindfulness and meditation
Okay.
as powerful tools for managing stress and cultivating inner peace.
It's amazing how many benefits meditation has. It's like a mental reset button.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the document also reminds us of the power of positive affirmations.
Right.
Those little pep talks we were talking about earlier.
Right. Because the way we talk to ourselves has a huge impact on our mental state.
It does. And it also reminds us to set boundaries around our digital consumption.
Okay.
It's so easy to get sucked into the endless scroll.
Oh, yeah.
But it's important to disconnect and make time for things that nourish your soul.
Like taking a walk in nature, reading a book, spending time with loved ones, things that don't involve a screen.
Exactly. And if you're really struggling, the document encourages you to seek professional help.
There's no shame in asking for support. It's a sign of strength, not weakness.
Absolutely. And I think this leads us to a crucial point that's often overlooked in the creator economy: patience.
Oh, yeah. It's so easy to get caught up in the instant success myth.
It is.
Especially with all those stories we see online of people blowing up overnight.
Right.
But that's not usually how it works, right?
Right. And that's what law number 11 is all about. It challenges that myth and reminds us that meaningful growth takes time, effort, and a whole lot of patience.
It's like that classic story of the tortoise and the hare.
Right.
Slow and steady wins the race, right?
Exactly. The document emphasizes that the creator economy is a marathon, not a sprint.
Okay.
And it encourages you to embrace the journey, enjoy the process, and trust that your efforts will eventually pay off.
It's kind of like planting a seed.
Yeah.
You have to nurture it, water it, and give it time to grow. You can't expect it to blossom overnight.
That's a great analogy. And speaking of journeys, that brings us to the final law.
Okay.
Law number 12.
Okay.
Which is all about embracing the journey.
It feels like we've been talking about this throughout the whole deep dive, right?
Hey.
Authenticity, vulnerability, the warrior mindset. It's all part of this journey of self-discovery and creative expression.
It is. And this final law just brings it all together. It reminds us that the creator economy is an ongoing process, not a destination. It's about finding joy and fulfillment in the act of creating, rather than getting caught up in the pursuit of external validation.
It's about savoring every moment, appreciating the ups and downs.
Yes.
And realizing that the lessons you learn along the way are just as valuable as the end product.
Beautifully said. The guide uses the analogy of a river to illustrate this point.
Okay.
Just like a river flows and meanders, encountering obstacles and changing course along the way,
Yeah.
your creative journey will also have its twists and turns.
I like that. It's a reminder that it's okay to be messy,
Yeah,
to make mistakes, to change directions. It's all part of the process.
exactly. And every step you take, every triumph, setback, and lesson learned contributes to the richness of your journey.
It's about finding that sweet spot where passion, purpose, and creativity intersect.
Yes,
And allowing yourself to be fully present in each moment of the journey.
that's a beautiful way to put it. And you know what? This document isn't just some random set of ideas. It comes from the mind of someone who's actually lived this journey.
Oh, you mean the author, Sebastian Cruz?
Yes. The document talks about him being a successful content strategist and digital trailblazer. He's worked with big names in the fashion industry and even contributed to a New York Times bestseller.
Wow.
But what's really cool is that he also has a background in yoga and meditation.
Which totally makes sense considering how much this guide emphasizes mindfulness and the power of the mind.
Yes, it's like he's not just talking the talk.
Right.
He's actually walking the walk.
And it seems like he's really passionate about helping other creators find their path
He is.
and navigate this digital landscape in a way that's both strategic and soul nourishing.
I love that. It's like he's saying, hey, I've been through it. I've learned a lot. And I want to share what I know to help you thrive.
Now, before we wrap things up, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's resonating with you from this deep dive into the creator economy? What are some of the key takeaways that stand out?
Honestly, for me, it's the emphasis on authenticity and mental well-being. It's so easy to get caught up in the numbers and the pressure to perform. But this guide reminds us that none of that matters if you're not taking care of yourself and staying true to who you are.
I couldn't agree more. It's about finding that balance between ambition and well-being.
Yes,
Between strategy and soul.
it is. And it's been fascinating to see how all these seemingly disparate concepts, like vulnerability, the warrior mindset, storytelling, and patience,
Right.
all weave together to create a powerful framework for success in the creator economy.
Yeah, it's like each piece builds upon the last to create something truly remarkable. It really is a holistic approach to success, isn't it? It's not just about the numbers, it's about creating something meaningful and sustainable, both for yourself and for your audience.
And I think that's what makes this guide so valuable. It's not just about tactics and strategies, it's about cultivating the right mindset, building a foundation for long-term success.
It's like it's giving you the tools to not just survive, but actually thrive in this crazy, ever-changing digital world.
And it's encouraging you to find joy in the journey, not just in reaching the destination.
Right.
Which, if you think about it, is a pretty great philosophy for life in general, right?
Absolutely. So we've covered a lot of ground today. From authenticity and vulnerability to mindfulness and the power of patience. It's been quite a journey.
It has.
Yeah.
And remember, this deep dive was just a taste of what this guide has to offer. There's so much more to explore, so many nuances and practical tips that we didn't even get to.
Exactly. It's like we've just opened the door to this whole new world of possibilities. And now it's up to you to step through and explore it further.
And speaking of exploration, I'd love to leave you with a thought-provoking question to ponder.
Okay.
If the document talks about cultivating a warrior mindset for the creator economy,
Yeah.
what would a warrior's code of ethics look like in this space?
Ooh, that's a good one. It really makes you think about the responsibility that comes with having a platform and an audience. It's like, yeah, it's important to be bold and authentic, but it's also important to use your influence for good.
Exactly. So as you embark on your creator journey, think about what values you want to embody, how you want to treat others, and what kind of impact you want to make on the world.
It's like crafting your own personal mission statement for your creative endeavors.
I love that.
Yeah.
And remember, the creator economy is constantly evolving.
Right.
New platforms emerge, trends shift, and audience preferences change.
It's a wild ride.
It is. So stay curious, adaptable, and open to new possibilities. Don't be afraid to experiment, try new things, and see what resonates with your audience.
And most importantly, have fun. The creator economy should be a source of joy, fulfillment, and creative expression.
So embrace a journey, connect with your audience, and let your unique voice shine through.
That's it for today's deep dive into the world of the creator economy. We hope you found it insightful, inspiring, and maybe even a little bit challenging.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep creating.